Hey, you recording? All right, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Mashaba. Come back at you with another lesson joined by the brother.
That's relevant.
I'm about to come at y'all with some more edification. But before we get into the lesson, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kakudash. Second thing we want to do is give the honors to all the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to all of you brothers that are pushing this truth with both sincerity and with charity. All right, so what I wanted to get into is this response to this video by this camp is called I think One Body, and basically this man in the video he was talking about basically he said Israelites are worse than Christians or something, and basically all nations are going to be saved, which is actually just completely contradictory to what the scriptures itself say. Okay, so let me start off with this. This is Matthew 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And if you go to the scriptures, this text, Yahushai himself said this, or whom the world so ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. All right. So the one who, many people say loves all the world, this man, he loves the entire planet. All right. He loves the entire world the same. He just said, I'm not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right. So he specified, and this is the New Testament for a lot of y'all Christians or whoever, or as example, the guy in the video from the camp called One Body. Okay, this is in the New Testament because we know a lot of y'all like to mainly read out of there. All right. So let me read this real quick. This is Deuteronomy 14:1. Ye are the children of the Lord, your power. Ye shall not cut yourselves, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth. All right, so not only did, in Matthew, Yahushua specify who he came after, but in the Old Testament, the Lord said he made Israel, the nation above all other nations, a special people unto him, man. All right, you had something?
Yeah. 14:1. For the Lord hath mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and will set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them. They shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Jacob shall possess them in the land, the servants and handmaids, and shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Right, man. And what does the scripture say? What nation have not had a part of their spoils, right? So the Lord saying, he chose Israel, and Israel is his people, man, and he's going to have mercy on Jacob, and, he's going to set us in our land again, and we're going to basically enslave these other nations, man, So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me move on to this. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 3. He said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I gave thee. Talking about the scriptures, all right? Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. All right, this is the, under the many cuts right here. Verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. So I'm going to pause right there. So in the New Testament and the Old Testament, it's stated that, we only preaching to one specific people, and that's Israelites, man. All right, which means that the salvation is only for one set of people, Israelites, Salakia. But yeah, it's not for the white man. It's not for the Arabians that you see at your corner stores. It's not for these Chinese motherfuckers that you be seeing in K-pop or whatever. It's not these heathens. It's the nation of Israel, man. All right.
And in the scripture says, like, basically, like, if the heathens, they would like listen right away. So since the heathens, they hearing this word, they still can't get it and they still can't listen. That's showing you, this isn't for them, man.
Hold on. So like repeat what you said.
You said what?
I said what you say. You said.
I said
what, like the Lord has blinded these heathens anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. You can only actually understand the truth if you are Israelite, regardless, in its fullness. Okay.
That's how I should have worded it. Let me just read. You was about to read something?
Yeah, I was trying to get that scripture where it's like the Lord had chastised Israel. So like, yeah.
Or I could just read this while you get in dip.
Okay.
This is Acts 4:10. Be it unto you all and all the people of Israel that my name of Yahweh Shai Mashiach of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom Yahweh raised from the dead, even by this the man stand before you whole. This is the stone which was set at naught of our builders, which became the head of the corner. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other under heaven given among men whereby ye must be saved. Right, man. So it said there's no salvation in any other, man. So Israel is the only nation that's gonna get saved, man. Point blank, period. This topic isn't deep. You don't gotta go too deep with this. It's straight to the point, man. People be trying to be too deep, and I don't even get why people would want to even sit in the kingdom with these people who did this to you, man. These people was doing all type of rape, robbing, killing, and murdering our people, and now you want to go sit and be in the kingdom with this man? Like, you people are crazy. You found the scripture you was looking for?
Yeah. It's in Amos chapter 3, and we'll start at verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel. Okay? Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. All right, the scriptures say many time rebuke is love, which leads me right to this right here. All right, this is going to be another big cut. Hebrews 12:6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh deals with you as with sons, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? So yeah. So the Lord only loves and really deals with the nation of Israel because he really sees it. We are his chosen people. All right, and inside his chosen people, there are also another chosen people called the elect. The 1/3. All right, scriptures also say not all Israel is Israel. All right, but that's a whole nother lesson topic, man. Okay, but yeah, man. So the Lord, he's only dealing with one nation. Not all nations are gonna be saved. Okay.
You know, and another way you could tell what that nation is because, you know, the scripture describes us as the bottom right now. You know, the scripture describes us as a low people, man. You know, these other nations aren't really low right now. You know, especially not Esau, but you know these
Esau the highest. Scriptures say those who are last shall be first, and the first shall be last.
kind. You know, these other nations. You know, they got their gas stations. You know, they got their subways, their Dunkin' Donuts. You know, these other nations aren't at a low state right now. You know.
Right. Okay. This is let me finish out this Ezekiel 3 and 5. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange language and a hard speech, and so like and of a hard language, talking about heathens, okay, but to the house of Israel, all right, to the Hebrew Israelites, okay, that bloodline, man, all right, and just to take it one step further on what that a bloodline of people looks like. All right. Let me read this. This is Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. I am black, but calmly, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards. My own vineyard have I not kept. All right, that was an account of the Song of Solomon. Let me go to the account of Moses putting his hand in his chest, it turning white, and then he put it back in, and then it turning back to his original skin color. This is Exodus 4, and verse 5. Exodus chapter 4 and verse 5. That they may believe that the Lord Yahweh of their that the Lord power of their fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob, hath appeared unto thee. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom, and which means basically his chest. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. So when he put his hand in his chest, it came out looking like how these pale, pasty Caucasians look, man. All right? Not a lick of melanin, you know, not a lick of a pigmentation, you know. But when he put it back again, it turned a regular, you know, like you know, basically just like his regular skin tone, man. But you had anything else? Hold on. You read this Acts?
Yeah.
And it's Isaiah 45, 17.
I don't think I did, but it's plain anyways. This is Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So like, that looked like something else. Right, man, so, you know, that's plain. You know, Israel's going to be saved, and it's going to be a world without end, man. You know, and we're gonna be ruling over these other nations, man. And after that, 1,000 years, Esau is gonna be vanished off any remembrance, and these other nations will go back into their lands. That doesn't
under our rule.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. So yeah, you got anything else? All right. So with that, we hope this lesson was edifying. We want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Kakodash.
Second thing we want to do is give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and And salutation, you brothers, pushing this word with truth said and with charity. Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, what above.
Abba Baba, Shalom Akim. Stay faithful.